Hey guys, it's Cameron and welcome back to House of Terror. You guys are watching this video on March the 14th. So yeah, you guys are watching this video on the 14th of March. I hope you all are doing well today, whatever it is you guys are doing. And I hope you all are having a wonderful day too, whatever it is you guys are doing. So yeah, I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. So today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys another scary St. Patrick's Day story that I also just thought about as well. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys another scary St. Patrick's Day story that I just thought about. This one is about a girl who was being stalked by a leprechaun while she's at home all by herself. So yeah, this story does involve a girl who is sitting at home all by herself on St. Patrick's Day, and she was being stalked by a man dressed up in a leprechaun suit. And before I start this video, how do you guys like my Batman shirt that I'm wearing? So, how do you guys like my Batman shirt that I'm wearing? And I'm a huge fan of Batman, especially Superman and Wonder Woman. I'm a fan of those characters because they're my favorite characters. So yeah, how do you guys like my Batman shirt that I'm wearing? I think it looks really nice on me. So yeah, how do you guys like this Batman shirt? But anyway, without further ado, let's get started with today's video. There was a girl who was sitting at home one night on St. Patrick's Day, and her boyfriend was at work because she was waiting for him to get off work that night on St. Patrick's Day. And she was sitting on a couch looking at a scary horror film on TV. So yeah, she was sitting on the couch in her living room looking at a scary horror film on TV. And she went into the kitchen to go make her something to eat for dinner because she was feeling hungry. So she went into the kitchen to go make something to eat for dinner. While she's making her dinner, she suddenly hears something outside. So yeah, she suddenly heard something coming from outside. So she decided to just ignore it because she thought it was no big deal. So yeah, she thought it was no big deal, so she just ignored it. Finally, she was done making her dinner. Suddenly, she received a phone call from her boyfriend. He was calling to check up on her to see if she was okay, in which she was okay. And she was just telling her boyfriend she just got done making her something to eat for dinner. And he told his girlfriend that he loves her before he hung up the phone. Yeah, he did tell his girlfriend that he loves her before he hung up the phone. So she got back to eating her dinner and looking at her scary horror film on TV. Suddenly, she hears the same weird sound coming from outside. She still had no idea what she kept on hearing, but she still ignored it. she still tried to ignore it. And she heard it for a third time. It was kind of making her feel uncomfortable. So yeah, it was making her feel so uncomfortable. And she still had no idea what was that sound coming from outside, but it was making her feel creeped out. And she heard it for the fourth and fifth time. Yeah, she heard it for a fourth and fifth time. And it was making her feel really creeped out. Suddenly, she received another phone call from her boyfriend, and he said that he'll be home in about an hour or so. Yeah, he told his girlfriend on the phone that he'll be home in about an hour or so. And she was glad that he was gonna be back in about an hour or so. Yeah, she was glad that her boyfriend was about to come back home in about an hour. And finally, she was done eating her dinner, and she went to the kitchen to put away her dishes. Yeah, she went to the kitchen to put away her dishes. Yeah, when she went into the kitchen to put away her dishes, she suddenly heard the weird sound whenever she went into the kitchen to go put away all of her dishes. And it was still making her feel so uncomfortable whenever she went into the kitchen to go put away all of her dishes that she ate. I mean, that she was using. So, I'm sorry. And dishes is kind of hard to say. Yes, yeah, it's kind of hard to say dishes. So she went back into the living room to finish watching her horror film on TV. And she heard the weird sound coming from outside again. She looked out the window, but nobody was not there. So yeah, nobody was not there whenever she looked out the window. When she looked out the window again to see what was that noise, she saw something outside wearing a green suit and had a long orange beard and a green hat. So yeah, she could make out somebody wearing a green suit with a long orange beard and a green hat. And it looked like it was a leprechaun. It was a strange man outside wearing a leprechaun suit. So yeah, she was creeped out by it. Yeah, she was creeped out by that man wearing a leprechaun suit. And suddenly she received a phone call from her boyfriend saying that he'll be home in a couple of minutes. And she told her boyfriend that there was a strange man outside wearing a leprechaun suit. Her boyfriend told her to lock her doors and windows and call the police. So her boyfriend told her to lock all the doors and windows and call the police immediately. In which she did. So she reached for her phone to call the police. I mean, she called the police because she had the phone in her hand already whenever she was talking to her boyfriend on the phone. So she reached for the phone. I mean, she called the police on her phone. Yeah, she called the police on her phone. And she was waiting for the police to arrive to take away the man dressed up in a leprechaun suit. And her boyfriend was on his way back home from work. Yeah, he was on his way back home from work that night on St. Patrick's Day. Finally, the police arrived, and her boyfriend was finally back home from work. And he was asking her if she was okay, but she was not, because the leprechaun man was stalking her and making all that weird noise outside. So yeah, she was not okay because of this man in the leprechaun suit. So the police arrested the man in the leprechaun suit for stalking the girlfriend, and they took him to jail. So yeah, they took the man in the leprechaun suit to jail because he was stalking the girlfriend. So the police took him to jail for that. Yeah, he was taken to jail for that. And the boyfriend and his girlfriend celebrated St. Patrick's Day at home all by themselves. So yeah, they did celebrate St. Patrick's Day at home all by themselves that night, whenever the man in the leprechaun suit was arrested by the police. And the girlfriend never saw the man in the leprechaun suit ever again. She never saw him or heard from him ever again. So yeah, good thing she never heard from him or never saw him again. And the boyfriend went to the kitchen to go make him something to eat because he didn't have anything to eat. And he was feeling hungry whenever he got back home from work. So he went into the kitchen to go make him something to eat since he didn't eat anything whenever he got off work. And he sat on a couch right next to his girlfriend while eating his dinner. And they celebrated St. Patrick's Day at home that night. Yeah, they did celebrate St. Patrick's Day at home that night, since the man in the leprechaun suit was arrested by the police and taken to jail. And the boyfriend and his girlfriend celebrated St. Patrick's Day at night, all by themselves. Yeah, good thing the young couple celebrated. Yeah, they celebrated St. Patrick's Day that night while they're at home. So yeah, it was a good thing that the young couple celebrated St. Patrick's Day that night at home. So yeah, the boyfriend and his girlfriend celebrated St. Patrick's Day that night while they were at home all by themselves. Okay, I'm gonna put an end to it there. So I hope you guys enjoyed my utter St. Patrick's Day story. And if you guys enjoyed this video, then give me a big old thumbs up if you guys did enjoy it. And subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't already, so you guys don't miss a new video I post every single week. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace. And as always, stay creepy.
Ladybug, go!